What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to the Cris
And more.
podcast, episode 245, Takeover Wednesdays. Hope everybody's having a good night, whatever you're doing. You're at home. We appreciate y'all tapping into the live stream. You're listening on the playback. We appreciate you too. Leave a comment in the comment section. We got a few topics to get into tonight. We're going to talk about the Jaden Ivey situation. We're going to talk about Jalen Hurts. Also going to talk about March Madness, give our Final Four predictions. Um, Also going to do our NBA MVP talk. Um, also talk. Also do Maul's random news and also Cleveland's quarterback situation. Before we get into that, Maul, how you feeling, sir?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Getting back in the groove after this vacation. But excited to talk about the topics tonight, man. How you feeling?
Same. Doing really well, man. Just like you said, ready to get into these topics.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, man, let's talk about Jaden Ivey, man. He got cut from the Bulls. It's come out and reported that he has been, been on this Christian crusade, I guess you could say. That he's, been kind of tumultuous in the locker room. A lot of people have been scared off of him. He's been like preaching the gospel to them, telling them, pretty much that they don't get right, you know, they're gonna go to hell, you know, all stuff like that. Most of the things that happen, when you give your life to God and you become super mega saved, uh, I think that's where he's at in his life. I know I saw a thing where he was on live and he was talking about how he almost ended his life to oxycodone and God saved him, and so it looks like he's on that big picture of he's one walking with God, and he's trying to spread the word, but maybe the way he's going about it is not too keen in the locker room. So how are you feeling? And he got cut for this situation because it was becoming an issue in the locker room. So how are you feeling about this situation? Do you feel like he was rightfully cut, or do you think he went too far?
I think it's a situation where it's kind of like this as Chris. I think there's been this big conversation about First Amendment rights, freedom of speech, and all that stuff. And you have this certain side that believes that, which is it's a big contradiction because it all depends on what you say. That certain things that they say that there should be no consequences to that, which in reality that's not the case. Like that amendment only protects you from going to jail, government wise or anything like that. But at the end of the day, if you say something and you're working for a private entity, they have every right to terminate your services.
Mhm.
And look, at the end of the day, you can have faith in whatever you want to believe in. Muslim, Christian, Baptist, all that. It doesn't matter. Atheist, I don't care who you are. At the end of the day, as long as if it doesn't affect me, I do not care. Like I think Cris has his own personal beliefs. I have my own personal beliefs. Some things we may agree on, some things we may disagree on. But this is the main reason why they say do not bring religion into the workplace. You know what I mean? And he is representing the Chicago Bulls. And there are other reports where he was kind of, going at the press for, kind of like, in a situation of, are you having sex before you're married type of situation, making things very uncomfortable, telling people they're unholy for certain situations. Like at the end of the day, you can have that belief, but number one, who gives you the right to say who's unholy, who's not? People have different beliefs than you. You don't have to force your religion onto anybody. I don't think that's correct. I don't think that's right. And at the end of the day, the Bulls had to do what the Bulls had to do. And I know he kind of had other conversations. He even brought Steph Curry into it. And I don't know how he got involved into it. He even talked about, none of it matters when it comes to Judgment Day. Steph Curry with the rings, LeBron with the rings, and Chicago Bulls, Detroit Pistons. No one's gonna matter once Judgment Day arrives. And that may be true, but at the end of the day, keep that to yourself. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you're going too far. I'm not gonna say. I know there's people that say he's going into this manic mode or whatever. I don't know. Like I don't know the brother from anything. But like just all the reports that have been surfaced, this like him going on to Instagram Live was not the reason why they let him go. From the reports that are saying it was a multitude of things that built up to that moment, to the point where they're just like, we can just not do this anymore. They gave you plenty of opportunity. I'm sure the Chicago Bulls sat you down, be like, yo, we love you as a talent, even though you have not produced. We want to give you every opportunity to, we love that you want to express yourself, but there is a moment and the right place to do it. And then when you start alienating people, when you start telling people that they're unholy because they do this and do that, I just think it doesn't work. And you're not the talent, because he brought up Anthony Edwards and the whole situation he did with the LGBTQ men. And he made those comments where he used the F word, and he got fined. He got punished for that situation, and he kind of brought it up like that's all that happened to him. He's still in the league. Well, sir, you're not Anthony Edwards. You're not bringing in the dollars that you bring, that Anthony Edwards brings in. And you are right. It is a money thing. But at the end of the day, people like Anthony Edwards are going to get a longer leash. And that's just the reality of the situation. You know what I mean? Because he brings more value to that Minnesota Timberwolves situation. But I wish Jaden Ivey nothing but the best. I really do. I hope he finds the piece that he wants to find. Hopefully his career isn't ruined. You know what I mean? I think it will be very, very hard for him to get back in the league anytime soon, until he can withhold from some of the speech that he's kind of going towards too, because it's going to scare a lot of people off. It's going to scare sponsors off. Like the Bulls also got to answer to other people as well. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he's just going about it all wrong. And for people that think that you could say whatever you want, yes, you can say whatever you want. But at the end of the day, there are always consequences to whatever action and to whatever speech you say. Like, me and Cris have responsibilities. We can't just go on here and say whatever we feel like, you know what I mean? Even though some of the things we do say are strong, but I think it's still in the confines of being respectful and not damning to anything or anybody that we are associated with or a part of. And you got to be mindful of that. And if you're not, the results are, as we've seen clear as day, when you want to be ignorant, when you want to say stuff that can be harmful to other people and what they do, consequences are going to happen. And another thing, who cares what people do in the privacy of their homes? I think we got bigger issues than situations where people want to worry about people being gay or whatever the case. Who cares? At the end of the day, these are all genuine people. You got good people, you got bad people. And there's a lot of good people in that community that should be respected. And if that's what they want to do, let them do it. It shouldn't bother you. You shouldn't be sitting in a sunny afternoon on a Tuesday afternoon talking about the sins of gay people. I think that's insanity. We're in 2026. We got to move past it. People are stuck. Like, I ain't gonna have this conversation, but we can have a conversation about the Bible in another manner that's off this podcast. But like we gotta just be more mindful, man. Just be more mindful.
Listen, I'm not here to tell that brother what he believes in is wrong. Look, I grew up Christian. I grew up, my stepfather's a pastor, so I grew up, under that guidance and under the Bible and all that good stuff. So I'm not gonna sit up here and condemn him for that. But what I will say, there is a way of going about it when you're at your workplace. If you want to minister to people and you feel like that's your calling, then or you believe God has called you to do that, there is a way of going about it at your workplace. You don't have to condemn and damn everybody at your job, because you will get fired. Bottom line. Now, if you don't care about that, then
by all means, do what you want to
do what you do. But if you want to keep your job, you can't be going on there like, "Oh, you all going to hell, you unholy." Like, you gotta go about that a little bit different, man. I've seen people on the job I'm at now. I know people who, one of my coworkers, he's a pastor, and he talks about God all the time, but he does it in a way where he's not condemning and condemning and damning people. He's just preaching the good news. That's what he does, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? You could receive it or not receive it. That's on you. But I just feel like that he went about it the wrong way, especially when you're a professional basketball player. Let your lifestyle be the example of that, to where people will be like, "Oh, well, I see his lifestyle. Something's changed about him. Something's different about him." You know what I'm saying? Like they may want to gravitate to what's making you change, what's different about you. You know what I'm saying? So um I just feel like, there's just a time and place to do certain things. And when you're at work, like I said, I'm not telling nobody they can't preach the word. And if you don't, like I said, if you don't care about your job, then hey, by all means, go all in. But if you're not, if you do want to keep your job and keep, paying your bills, there's just a way you could go about doing things. And I just feel like he went the wrong way. He went the wrong way.
Yeah, man, you gotta understand. You gotta respect people's um, reception to that. You know what I mean? Like not everybody wants to hear the word
Yeah.
of gospel every single moment of the day. And again, as Mark said it perfectly, a bad delivery can kill a good message. I personally don't agree with the message. That's just me. I don't agree what he said because I think we're in 2026 and I think people need to. It's kind of like this the same. It's kind of like this feeling to me. Like we're in 2026 and we got to have a new mindset. Like yesterday's price ain't today's price in the sense to be like the world is in a totally different world. And I'm not gonna go too much into that, but again, I agree with Chris. There is a perfect moment and time and place to do it, and there's a way to communicate that to set to whoever you want to say it. Because like with the way he's going about it sounds very cultish, and it sounds very like just demeaning and disrespectful. Like there's ways about it, and if you want to be the preach, if you want to preach the good word and what you believe in, you got to be sensitive to how people will respond to that, how people will receive that. And if you can't communicate that in the right way, then brother, maybe you're just the wrong person to send that message. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Maybe you should try to get somebody who can relay that message in a more eloquent way where people may be more understanding. They may not agree with it, but they can come out and be like, I respect what you're saying, but unfortunately I disagree. You're coming at people and just like, you're damned, you're going to hell. You're like, you are nothing, you're not holy. How do you know this? How do you know this? like these people could be really outstanding people who do a lot of great things in their community, who tries to uplift other people. And I personally think people would smile down on that. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I really hope this brother gets the peace that he's looking for. I hope he, just moves on and hopefully he can reestablish his career because he's still young, man. He still has a long career ahead. I know I even heard some things about him potentially, thinking about taking his life, and no one wants to see that at all. You know what I mean? I hope he's getting the help that he needs if he needs any help. I'm not going to be the person saying he's in a manic episode or anything like that because I'm not the person to diagnose him or whatever the case may be. This may be how he truly feels, and he may be in perfect calm state, and then he's just at a point where he just can't take it no more, and he's just like, yo, this is how I honestly feel, and you can either receive that or not. And if these people are going to receive it, you're going to lose your job, and then you can build whatever ministry that you want, and you can pass the word and build your ministry the way you want. You know what I mean? There's plenty of people that do it, and if people want to gravitate to your word, which there are plenty of people that support him, then by all means do that. You know what I mean? This is America. You have the right to do what you are able to do as long as you're not harming anybody, and we're good.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's talk about the Cleveland Browns, man. So was his name Hazlitt? The owner has
Yeah.
come out and said pretty much that Deshaun Watson has a very good chance of being the starting quarterback next year. We also know that Shador Sanders is in the wings right there too. There was a lot of controversy with the way Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry handled that situation with Dylan Gabriel too. Um, but there was already rumblings even before the season ended that they were talks of Deshaun Watson coming back next year because they pay him all that money and they can't release him. So he's still got to be on the team. So he might as well just try to keep his job one more year and see what you got in him. Maybe Kevin Stefanski and him wasn't a mix. Maybe Todd Monken can get the best out of him or whatever. There was rumblings of Deshaun Watson not too keen of the scheme of Kevin Stefanski. So there
Which
was
I'm not mad at. I could agree to
there
that
was
too.
there was some turmoil. I've heard numerous people saying that they weren't on eye to eye, CNI level when it comes to the scheme. So, and look, I'm not sitting here trying to say that Deshaun Watson is going to return back to form, but you know, they're paying him all this money. I think they're locked in. I know Shador Sanders is right there, but I think that they're going to start the season with Deshaun Watson. He's coming off a year not playing. That was an ACL tear or Achilles tear, I think it was. But he's coming off of that injury. He should be healthier than what he was, a couple years, because it's been a couple years since he's been on that injury. So he should be fully healthy. And it doesn't hurt to see what you got in him. He's only 30 years old. He's still young, relatively. Like, he's not like he's just some old decrepit dude. Like, he's just now turning 30. So you see what you got in him, and if he's still damaged goods, you can move on. You can possibly in the middle of the season switch over to Shador Sanders, see what you got in him, and if Shador can't rise to the occasion, quarterback 2027 of the draft. So
this Browns organization is a joke, man. Like, goddamn, we went the Ravens, the Browns. Like, I'm surprised people keep forgetting. My man went through a whole episode of just doing wild shit with people in the spa, and now we're gonna try to give him another opportunity to have a starting QB position while he's with the Cleveland Browns. While you have Shador Sanders, who showed some promise, even in the situation that he was in with Kevin Stefanski, who did not want him to be the starting quarterback at all. And yet we're still giving Deshaun Watson an opportunity. I just don't think it should be with the Browns. I get it. You paid all this money for him. You made the worst trade in NFL history. But yeah, you're still willing to give this man a job. Even when he was with you, he sucks. He sucks. He's coming off 2 Achilles injuries. And now we're going, Todd Monkey's going to come here and he thinks he can get Deshaun Watson to be like, bro, what are we doing? If you still have faith in Deshaun Watson, trade him. Maybe there might be somebody who's willing to take him on.
Anybody gonna take that contract?
So, bro, just eat it. Eat it. You have the opportunity. You need to see what Shador Sanders have. You need to give him a real opportunity before this 2027 draft comes. Give him a fair shot. I think he's earned that right to be the starting quarterback with everything he had to go through last year and still perform pretty damn well for the circumstances. I think a lot of teammates would support that. I don't think Deshaun Watson should be the face of your organization with what you got going on. Tom Monkey, you really going to put your name on Deshaun Watson to help you build your career as a head coach? That's the man you want to link yourself to? I think that's idiotic, respectfully. And Deshaun Watson used to be a great quarterback. When he was with Houston, I would personally say he was easily top 2, top 3. Cris, I don't know if you agree or not. He was competing with being the best.
He was the second best quarterback in the league to me.
Easy. And you can even have some small arguments where he might even be the best, because there were moments where he went up against Mahomes where he went blow for blow. But don't sit here and tell me today that he needs to be your starting quarterback. He has shown you nothing. Even when he was healthy before he tore his Achilles, he was terrible. And maybe a lot of that had to go because through mentally with everything he was going through with the spa, it might have messed him up with his confidence, which he rightfully deserved to get ruined with everything that was associated with him with all those spa things. Those women went through abuse, and there's no excuse for that. So for people to really just overpass that and think this is a great idea, I think it's so idiotic to me. Now, if that's the route they're going to go, good luck. But you got Shador Sanders right there. I don't understand what's the point of you keep pushing him to the side, knowing that he proved that he should have the opportunity to prove himself this year before you make your real decision in 2027.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. I get it because it's money, but I don't get it because, like,
you've been dealing with it for 2-3 years already. What's one more year? And then sorry to cut you off. You even also show Shador Sanders off because let's say you no matter what, you're going to draft the 2027 because you have a lot of first round picks going into the 2027. You still showcase off Shador for trade value. Maybe you can get a number 2. Maybe he plays so good. Maybe somebody might give you a 1. Maybe. I doubt it, but you never know how he might play like a Pro Bowl. He might, but then that'll be the reason to keep him though. But all I'm saying is, like, you have the opportunity to get more assets off of Shador, even if you truly don't want him to be your starting quarterback because of what's available next year. but give him that opportunity. Showcase him. Deshaun Watson ain't gonna do nothing for you, even if he does play good. He's getting older. He's coming off of 2 Achilles injuries, and minus all the other stuff he was going with other injuries. That's not the face you want of your organization. When you want a breath of fresh air, when you want to get rid from, you gotta get off that. You gotta get off that. Just move on. Take your L. It's okay. You're making so much money already. People still support the Browns, no matter how ass you've been for so many years. Just take the L and move forward.
I just think the Browns are looking at it like, dog, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We got all these draft capital for 2027. If Deshaun Watson fails, so what? If Shador Sanders fails, so what? We will Lenore Sellers, come on down.
Shador
Sam
Sanders,
Leggett, come on down.
Shador Sanders is your money man. People love Shador in Cleveland. He sells the jerseys. I think he's more popular than Myles Garrett almost. He might be more popular than Myles Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing?
I'm
just
telling
financially,
you.
it don't make sense. That's me. Sorry to keep cutting you off. Wow.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying. I just think it's some. I think they don't want to eat the money. I think they want to put him out there and whatever happens. If he loses, fine. We got another top 5 draft pick with all these other draft picks that we got for 2027. And
do you think this is a coach thing, or do you think this is straight from the owner? Like, I need you.
That's the owner. I think it's Hazlitt. I think Hazlitt has told them, because this was a report before Todd Monken was even the head coach. This was already being reported that he was going to be this. There was a real chance that Deshaun Watson was going to be the starting quarterback in 2027.
So if you're a Browns fan, pretend you're a Browns fan, how would you honestly feel about this situation? Like, what would be your first mind when you hear this?
I mean, shit.
Same old bullshit.
This is typical, bro. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. It can't get no worse.
Should Shador Sanders ask for a trade?
I think if he was, he would have did it already.
Because obviously he's not going to get a fair shot with Cleveland, regardless. If you're telling me you got Deshaun Watson already as your starting quarterback before we even hit training camp, is insane. It's insane. Like, it would make more sense if they both were in training camp and Deshaun Watson just looked better than Shador. Like, the offense is flowing and preseason. Then cool. Then do what you got to do. I still don't agree with it based off everything that's happened in his past, but that would make more sense than you just coming out golfing like, nah, Deshaun Watson has a great shot. Now, let's see what he looked like. He hasn't played football in what, 3 years? What are we doing? He hasn't shown you anything. I don't care what you've seen in practice. He ain't done what Shador Sanders has done on the field in the last 3 years. Even before that, he looked terrible. So how do you make this assumption? And I get it. I agree with you. This is the owner thing because he tired of seeing that money just going to waste. I'm going to put some use to this money that I got to pay this man. And if it means I got to ruin Shador Sanders' opportunity, then so be it. I do not care about wins. I do not care about anything but making sure my money gets used the way I want it to get used. And that's on that field.
And at the end of the day, as much as we may not agree with it, the way they're looking at it is like, at the end of the day, Shador Sanders is a 5th round pick. That's how they look at it.
Doesn't matter though. He a 5th round pick that showed promise last year.
I get you.
That shouldn't have been a 5th round pick. He probably should have been a 2nd or 3rd round pick, maybe even first.
I'm just telling you how they're looking at it. How they're spinning it. He's a 5th
I'm not
round
arguing
pick.
with you. Just know I'm not arguing with you. I totally agree with you.
If he was a 1st round pick, then it would be a different story because it was like he's a 1st round pick. He has to get on the field.
But he was projected to be a 1st round pick. He just got dropped because everybody did not like the way his attitude and his provocativeness and Deion Sanders and all that type. Like, I don't know. Like, I think
that's a dead issue, Mark. That'll never happen.
Send Watson back to Houston. I think if anything, I like Jets. See what's up with Deshaun Watson. See what's up. Because I'm hearing fucking Aaron Glenn talking about like Geno Smith gonna take him to the promised land. And I get it. He gotta sell some hope. But come on, man. That's not how you do it, bro. Because people see through that. People ain't gonna believe that. People ain't gonna believe that with Geno. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It is what it is, brother. Look, prayers to all the Cleveland Brown fans. So
Have fun with that.
All right, man. Let's do some NBA MVP talk, man. So you want to kick this off?
Yeah, man. So obviously, everybody knows who's kind of in it. You got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's been hooping. I think he had like 47 points the other game. Victor Wembanyama, they've looked amazing with San Antonio Spurs, the best defensive player. He's been hooping. Luka Doncic, he had another 40-point game. Jaylen Brown, he's been hooping. Those are kind of the four names that have been associated with the MVP. But obviously, there's been a lot of hate towards Luka. Obviously, a lot of people assume that he shouldn't. I wouldn't say shouldn't be a part of this, but a lot of them have him fourth. I think I disagree with that. I know a lot of people think he hasn't been playing defense. I think he's been honestly one of our better defensive players and that's saying a lot. I think he's been one of our better defensive players for a while now. I think he's putting on some really good effort. I think it's just the rest of them, DeAndre Ayton, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, getting up to par with Luka. I'm not saying Luka Doncic is Lou Dort. I'm not saying Luka Doncic is Marcus Smart or anybody of that nature. But I've been watching these Lakers games and he has been improved. But with all that being said, we only got a couple more weeks, man. And it seems like this conversation is heating up. Victor Wembanyama, he's been stating he wants to be MVP. Shai's kind of like, it is what it is. Who do you think should win MVP and why?
This is difficult because I think now it is between SGA and Victor right now. I think they're at the top. I can make a strong case before he had a lung collapse. I think Kate Cunningham was right there with him too.
K was there too. I think he should still be in the talks of it. Yeah. Obviously, he's dropping because he's not playing, but respectfully, he should still be in the talks. Though.
Jaylen Brown should be right there at their heels. He should. Of course, you're gonna have Nikola Jokic. You're gonna have your Luka Doncic. You know what I'm saying? What they're doing, for, their respective teams, and I'm not mad at that either. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna edge Victor Wembanyama. I think I'm gonna edge him. I just think that right now he's playing at a level. Not to say that SGA isn't, but I just think what's next playing at a level like. Mm-hmm. You just can't stop, dude. And he just looks like the best player on the court at most of the times. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, man. And he's not even at his peak powers. Like he get better. Like he's only in his second year, third year. So third year, and he's not even at peak powers, and he could still get better, but. He's just playing at another level right now, and I just think that I would edge him right now as my MVP if I were to pick. But no shade to Shai Gill.
I love Shai. I love Victor Wembanyama. I'm gonna make my case for my man Luka. Because number one, I think those two gentlemen have way better teams than what the Lakers do have currently. Preseason, people had the Lakers not even making the playoffs. A lot of them had them in the play-in. We're the number 3 seed. They have beaten the Nuggets season series. They have beaten the Timberwolves season series, and they have beaten the Rockets season series. I think Luka Doncic has played really good defense. He's averaging 33.8 points, 7.8 rebounds, 8.3 assists on 47% field goal shoot, pretty much 48%. I think he should be talked about more. I'm not saying he should win it. I do respect what Wemby is doing. I do respect what Shai is doing. But I think the Lakers hate is real. And everybody knows me, I'm a Laker fan. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it is getting ridiculous. Some of the conversations I've been hearing about Luka Doncic. Let's be honest. Luka Doncic has been hooping. I think his last couple games, I think he's gotten. Let's look at this. He's gotten. I'm gonna read some of the points that he's gotten the last couple games. He had 42 points yesterday against the Cleveland Cavaliers. He had 41 against Brooklyn. He had 43 against Indianapolis. He had 32 against Detroit. He had 33 against Orlando. 60 against Miami. 40 against Houston. 36 against Houston. 30 against Denver. 51 against Chicago. That's just the last probably like 8 some games. I'm like, where's the hate? Where's the hate? And yeah, you can talk to me about Mr. 16 technicals and stuff like that. I don't care. I do not care. That doesn't mean anything to me. He's still out there hooping. And I think the hate is ridiculous. JJ Redick doesn't get talked about with being coach of the year for what he's done with this Lakers squad. Doesn't get talked about it at all. Like, again, how can you go from this Lakers team going from being a perennial playing team, not even make the playoffs, to being submitted the number 3 seed right behind San Antonio and the Thunder? Like, so again, I think Luka should be higher on this list. I'm not saying he should win it. I personally would probably still have Shea. I probably still would have Shea. I think Shea's been, putting up astronomical numbers. I do love Wemby. Wemby most likely will probably win it next year. And he might even have the opportunity to win Finals MVP this year. I think the Spurs have a really good shot at making the Finals. But I do think my Luka's getting hate. Luka's getting hate, and people need to start recognizing this Lakers hate is nasty work. Man. It's nasty
work. Yeah, I mean, you know better than me, man. You know what I'm saying? You watch Luka on a more consistent basis, man. So, but I just know what I've seen from Victor, man.
I'm not mad at Victor. I still think it's Shadow.
I hear you. All right, man. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Introduce yourself to Magnet, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. It's power-packed electrolytes and rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, use promo code Cris and Mall to get $5 off your purchase. So don't wait. Again, that promo code is Cris and Mall to get $5 off your purchase. Get Magnet, push your limits, fuel your passion.
All right, man. Let's talk about the Final Four, man. I know the ladies, they kick off this Friday, and then the men on Saturday. So let's do the ladies first. So Friday, the 4 p.m. That's the Pacific time game. Will be 7:00 on the East Coast time. But South Carolina versus UConn, that's a big matchup. It's a rematch from last year. Last year, UConn dominated. South Carolina wasn't even close. But I feel like South Carolina is a different team. They're a different animal. They got way better players this year. You have Joyce Edwards, Gotti, who comes off the bench. She had a really good game in that game against TCU. You got Raven Johnson, Tessa Johnson. You just got a slew of players that they got on that team that are really, really good. And I'm intrigued by this game. Ozzie Fudd, Sarah Marshall, or Sarah Strong. KK Arnold. I think the young lady comes off the bench. Her name is Quinese, I think her name is. She's a freshman. She contributes a lot of points coming off the bench. And we all know what Don Staley versus Gino means. That that's big time basketball right there. This one is a difficult one for me to pick, but I'm gonna stick with my guns because I did pick UConn to win the whole thing. So I'm gonna go with UConn. I think this game is going to be closer than what people give it credit for. I do think it's going to be a higher scoring game. I'm gonna go with 76-71 UConn.
Yeah, man. This game, I'm surprised they have this game as the opening game for Friday. I figured this should have been the main event. Even though Texas and UCLA would be really good too. There's no disrespect to them, but I just think that I know I said UConn. UConn's playing really good. Aziz Fudd's playing amazing. Those ladies are on a roll. But man, there's something about the South Carolina team and the way they're looking and how tough they're looking. Raven Johnson playing amazing. I'm gonna go with South Carolina, man. And I know people gonna say it's an upset, but I think they're par for par. I think Dawn Staley is gonna have those ladies ready, hungry, highly motivated. You know, we kind of talked about it on Monday. I think Cris brought it up. What happened last year? And the dominant factors that happened with UConn and South Carolina. I think those ladies remember that, especially the humiliation and how dominant that performance was from UConn. Well deserved. And I think they're ready. And I think Raven Johnson and those ladies and Dawn Staley as well, they're gonna remember that. And I think they're ready for this task. And they're definitely gonna put on much bigger effort. I got South Carolina winning. I'm gonna go 84-80.
Nice. The keys to that game will be can South Carolina keep up? They got to take advantage of the opportunities that they get to score. They have to score points. They cannot come out flat. The X factor of this game for South Carolina really is Tanea Laston, because she did not have a good game against TCU. Now, thankfully, Joyce Edwards came out balling. And like I said, Gotti came off the bench and she was just hitting everything. And then in the fourth quarter, once Tessa Johnson starts hitting that three and starts feeling that, it's hard to beat South Carolina. But the key to this will be Tanea Laston. Can she get going early? If she gets her shot off going early, if Joyce Edwards is hitting that little jumper from 20 feet, 25 feet, wherever, what I'm saying, that little mid-range game that she got, if she gets that going, and if Raven Johnson can play that tough-nosed defense on Ozzie Fudd, I would put Raven Johnson on Ozzie Fudd, and I wouldn't even play about it.
Nah, yeah, I agree with you. I think the big key to me is that 3-point field goal percentage, man. Yeah. If South Carolina can if they can shoot about like 35% from the 3-point range, I think they'll win this game. Obviously, rebounding is going to be huge. Obviously, turnovers, we can talk about all that. Obviously, those are huge. But I think that 3-point field goal percentage, because at the end of the day, I think South Carolina is the best defensive team between the two, but UConn's offense is more consistent and more lethal. Now, we need a big game for Raven Johnson. I might need to see a triple-double from her, but it's highly probable. And then, obviously, that matchup between her and Fudd is going to be very, very fun to watch. And obviously all the ladies that they have in South Carolina inside. So we'll see, man. I think it's going to be a great game.
And can Joyce Edwards, can she match Sarah Strong? Because real talk, like as good as Ozzie Fudd is, Sarah Strong is
the reason why they won last year.
They're the best. She's the best player on that team. She's the best player on that team.
She is.
Then you have the evening game. You got Texas versus UCLA. Now we all know Texas has Madison Booker. You got Rory Harmon. And those two are like the two-headed monster on that squad. Rory Harmon, she's just fiery, dog. She just goes to the cup. She's physical, just point guard, got handles, and just takes it to the hole. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love Rory Harmon. But Madison Booker, she is the one that makes that team go. And if she can get the same thing with Joyce Edwards, Madison Booker's the same way. That mid-range game, that's her all day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's like right there, the little bit at the top of the key. She just hits that jumper seamlessly.
Yeah.
And if she can do that, man. But at the same time, UCLA, Lauren Betts, man, she's just walking 35 points, though. She's walking for 35 points. And I think the matchup will be Rory Harmon versus Kiki Rice. That would be a matchup right there that we will have to watch out for sure. But I'm gonna stick with my bracket. I'm gonna go with Texas. I think Texas is gonna pull this out. I think they're gonna win. I got Texas winning. I'm gonna go 85-82.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Rice and Harmon is definitely going to be a big key. But we got to remember the last game. Like UCLA shot 4 for 13 from the 3-point range. They had 20 turnovers compared to 10 with Texas. Texas started off really strong, getting up 20-10 in that first quarter. And then honestly, the third and fourth quarter, UCLA won those quarters, even though Texas ended up winning by double digits. I think this game is going to be really good. I agree with you, Lauren Betts, who can easily be the number one pick going into the draft for the WNBA. I think it's going to be a really good game. I'm still going to take Texas in a very, very close game. I think Madison Booker, she kind of shows who she is. I view her as like kind of like the female Kevin Durant. I think she's nice. I'm gonna go Texas. I think this could be a high scoring game too. I'm gonna go Texas. I'm gonna go 98-97 Texas. That's what I'm doing.
You're going real big, huh?
I'm going real big. Yeah. I'm gonna go real big.
Damn, Texas by 15, Mark. Damn.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's disrespectful, dog. That's disrespectful, dog. Dang, you ain't got no faith in UCLA, huh? God, damn, bro.
Sleeping, man. You sleeping on UCLA, dog.
Man, that's tough.
All right, man. Let's go to the men's side. You got the Saturday games. You got at 3:09 p.m. What kind of damn time is that?
They always do that. Yeah, they always do
that. You got Illinois versus UConn. We all know how UConn got that last second shot off of Duke. They probably shouldn't even be here right now. If somebody would have held on to the ball, we could be talking about a different team. But we're not pitying Duke right now. And then Illinois, they had the surprise. They're the ones who beat Houston, right?
Yeah, they beat Houston. Yep. They beat Houston and Iowa. Mm-hmm.
They were the surprise with beating Houston because everybody thought Houston was going to be at this spot, but Illinois pulled it through. I'm gonna go with UConn because I trust Hurley a little bit more. I just think he's been here before. It's been a long time since Illinois has been in this spot. So I'm gonna go with UConn. I think they're gonna win this game. I'm gonna go with a score of 81-75.
I think Illinois has the better set of players with Stojakovic and Wagler. I think it's Wagler. Yeah, Wagler. I think they have the better set of players. I love UConn as a team, but there are certain aspects with UConn where they just look bad. Like they look bad sometimes. Like they get blown out by like 20. Like they had a game I think with Creighton where they didn't look good. Obviously they were down by almost 20 points to Duke, and obviously a lot of stuff went their way. They fought back valiantly, but I agree with you. If Caden Boozer just holds on to the ball, that we have a totally different story, and Duke is probably in this position. So this one's tough for me. I want to say UConn, but a part of me has some doubt that maybe they left it all in the tank against Duke, and that was kind of like their championship. Now, obviously, Bob Hurley has them. He's a championship winning coach, and I'm sure he's going to have this team ready. But I don't know, something about Illinois where I feel like they could win this game. I'm gonna still say UConn though, after just rambling for 2 minutes for no reason. I'm gonna still say UConn. But another part of me wants to say Illinois, but I'm gonna say UConn. I'm gonna say UConn. And I'm gonna go. Let's go. I'm gonna go 79 to
Wagler came from he from Kansas.
Yeah. Wagler's nice. That boy nice. He nice. Freshman too.
I'll see.
He nice. That boy nice. And Stojakovic nice too. You know what? Bump that. I switch. I'm going Illinois, man. I'm going Illinois, bro. I'm going Illinois, man. I'm gonna go Illinois. I'm gonna go 79-75. Illinois wins. Big game from Wagler and Stojakovic.
Illinois has been beating teams with second chance points. If UConn can neutralize that, it'll be smooth sailing.
Yeah, we'll see. UConn be having trouble, bro. Maybe I don't know.
Hey, well, you ain't got no faith in nobody, Mark. You like blowouts everywhere.
No, I got this one a little bit closer, 85-80. It's the woman. It's the woman he be disrespecting. That's crazy.
Damn, man. You got South Carolina losing by 10.
That's insane. And it's like, and you going against your own people, dog. That's crazy. You going up against Don Staley?
You got
Your own people.
UCLA losing 15. Jeez.
That's crazy, dog. That's insane. That's crazy.
Then you got the last game, Michigan versus Arizona. Both of these teams have been, putting in their work, in this tournament. Arizona, we all know what Arizona represents. Michigan, they're the ones who blew out Tennessee, ain't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They blew out Tennessee. That game was over before it started. But I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm going Arizona. And there's a rumor going around about Arizona's head coach. And somebody put in a call from North Carolina and said, "Hey, bruh." And all I'm gonna say is the person who called him got some nice shoes. That's all I'm gonna say. He has some nice shoes and he won 6 championships.
Yeah.
When Jersey gets to South Carolina next year, they will win it. She's solid. Woo. Who the hell is Jersey? Is somebody coming over? That a freshman, Mark?
Yeah, I don't know who Jersey is.
I don't know who that is.
Nah, I think this Michigan-Arizona game going to be amazing. These are the two best teams going right now. Michigan, they're playing amazing ball. So is Arizona. I wouldn't be surprised this shit went into like double overtime. You know what I mean? Be one of those games. Man, it's gonna be missed. I'm gonna still pick Arizona because he could potentially be my future head coach. I gotta go for my coach. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna go 95 to 93 Arizona.
Okay. For sure.
All right, man. Arizona ain't Purdue. Arizona by 10. Like, come on, man. Have you been watching Michigan games, dog? They're a really good team, man. Come on, man. They actually got some size, dog. That's insane.
Mark, crazy.
Mark, man. What's going on, Mark? You good, Mark? You all right?
All right, man. Let's do our bet you a short 5 picks.
Mark, you. You a truly man?
No, you don't drink.
Bad game, brother. That was just a bad game. Michigan was dominating the whole season. So then against some really good teams too.
All right, man. What you got, dog?
Yeah, man. So it's all college games. I'm gonna switch this up because I did switch my pick. So I did originally pick UConn +2, but I'm gonna take Illinois -2 against UConn. I'm gonna take that. I got Arizona +1.5 against Michigan, and then the ladies, I got South Carolina +6 against UConn and Texas -1.5 against UCLA.
Oh, okay. So Mark, this my bad, dog.
Nah, you good.
Okay, I see this girl, Jersey Robinson.
Oh, that name does sound familiar. I feel like I heard of her.
Has committed to South Carolina, bringing her talents from Sierra Canyon in California. Okay, that's what's up. You see, USC gonna be the ones next year. I got your Lakers +9 against the Thunder. That's what y'all playing. Yeah, the Thunder. I got UConn +2, and I'm taking Arizona +1. You go to any of our social media platforms, you'll see the BetUs link. Go ahead and click on it. This is first-time users only. You sign up, put the promo code JOIN125. You get 125% sign-in bonus, plus 10% gamblers insurance. That's 3 risk-free bets of $100 up to $5,000. That means on your first 3 deposits, if you bet $100 and you lose, you keep your money. So you can win some money, or you can keep your money on your first 3 deposits. Go over there, sign up, tell them Cris Lamar sent you. And that does it for our BetUs Short 5 picks. Maul, there's problems in Philly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I already heard about the A.J. Brown situation that's been going on for the past 2 years. Now there's problems with Jalen Hurts. I'm going to play this little clip from the Pat McAfee show to break it all the way down.
Reports are coming out. Jalen Hurts is a problem.
Whoa.
What?
That's what Mr. Fowler, Jeremy Fowler at ESPN reported basically is our latest at ESPN as he describes his entire article alongside Tim McManus. Jalen Hurts stands at a crossroads. Despite his immense success, sources say he has a hand in the Eagles' offense becoming calcified and frustrations have grown.
Uh-oh.
Pull up the definition of calcified, please, just so we can do that. Hardened by deposition of or conversion into calcium carbonate or another insoluble calcium compound. I go to the toxic table at Boston Connor, more specifically at Ty Schmidt, who got into Harvard, chose to go to Iowa because he wanted to be a Big Ten angler. Okay, no big deal. What the hell does he mean by calcified? Basically saying that Jalen Hurts has put the Eagles offense into a position where it can't go up or it can't go down. It's basically just here. And in the article, they say he likes certain routes. He likes doing things. He likes throwing it out here. He doesn't like these things. He changes plays to be ass plays, is what an anonymous source told Jeremy Fowler in a nutshell, this whole thing. Now, you read that, okay, especially as what we saw last year coming out of Chicago Bears camp, with how Caleb Williams was kind of being talked about by anonymous sources. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You go here to Philadelphia, you see anonymous sources, you start thinking to yourself, well, who would be saying play calls are good? That guy was changing them to ass call. You can start piecing things together, or maybe this is fresh out of the league meetings. The overall narrative was like, hey, there's a bigger problem here, and it's not just A.J. Brown opening up books on the sideline saying he hates what's it become over there. Is everybody unhappy? Is Jalen now the enemy? This is a wild article to have here on this April 1st, fresh out of the league meetings, and I really don't know how to take it. Nick Sirianni's being called Chud.
Yeah.
Which they love because of how he looks. He looks like he's a little bit jacked, but he certainly doesn't have a six-pack just yet. But now the Eagles, even more drama, which is seemingly the case with this team all the time. Now all eyes seemingly are on Jalen Hurts. That's crazy. This guy just won a Super Bowl 2 years ago.
So, after hearing this report, how do you feel about that, sir?
Man, I don't know, man. It just feels like it's a witch hunt against Jalen Hurts. Like we're doing this all over again. This to me, this is just like normality when it comes to the Eagles. I feel like we get the A.J. Brown story in the offseason, then a roast taste to Jalen Hurts. Then we'll get the Nick Sirianni story. And like it's just, I don't know. But to me, this just seems like another year where it's about to be another year of just, people being emotional, upset, and going through their ups and downs with the Eagles, man. That's just how I feel.
I feel like they trying to run that man up out of Philly. That's what I feel. Even though he won him a Super Bowl a couple years ago, I think they trying to run that man up out of there.
What's the point, though? He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback who's looked better than Patrick Mahomes in two of the Super Bowls they didn't play, even though they lost one.
Because I think they want to run a more traditional offense.
Then shouldn't Nick Sirianni just be able to just do that with Jalen Hurts? Like,
from the reports, I'm guessing that no, they can't.
He's the head coach. He should have. I don't care what you say. If Andy Reid wants to run the goddamn play, Patrick Mahomes, he may have more leeway than Andy Reid. But if Andy Reid wants to play, he's gonna have that play called.
Yeah, but if what's your name? And okay, let's be honest. We've seen it on the sidelines. We've seen Jalen Hurts' interaction with Nick Sirianni.
I know they don't like each other. I think a lot of people don't like each other in that locker room.
So I think it's more plausible for Jalen Hurts to say, "Fuck what this nigga talking about."
So who would you choose? Would you rather put your?
I would pick Jalen Hurts. I'm telling you.
No, I know. I'm just asking you a question. I
think this is kind of funny, and I agree with Pat McAfee. I think this is kind of funny that this is coming out after the league meetings.
Yeah, no, for sure.
This is Nick Sirianni. This is Jeremy Laurie. This is Howie, whatever. This is all of them.
You think so? So do you think
they saying, hey, this is why we running through so many goddamn coordinators. This is why. Do
you think Jalen Hurts could be trade bait for next year's drafts to try to move up?
Of course. You think Atlanta won't take Jalen Hurts? They would snap for Jalen Hurts and ship Tua's ass off somewhere else.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I think he would love to go to Atlanta. I think that's where he's from. So
I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams maybe get involved with Jalen Hurts. I can see that too.
I can see both having. Two things can be true, Mark. Sirianni gets fired and Jalen Hurts gets shipped.
Yep.
And AJ Brown, I think he's going to get traded on draft night.
Yeah, I could see the Vikings being part of that. I could see the Rams. I could see a situation where if CJ Stroud don't play good, maybe they look at that situation. Who else? Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. If that don't go well, I could see a situation like that. Atlanta, you stated Atlanta. I could see that. Yeah. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Houston, Pittsburgh, that's where he's from.
No, I know. Pittsburgh Steelers. I could see that situation too, because they're always in the middle of the pack and they ain't gonna have a high draft pick, especially with Aaron Rodgers being back. I could see that too. So yeah, honestly, yeah. I think so. Where would you put the percentages on this being Jalen Hurts last year wearing an Eagles uniform?
Right now, I'm gonna put it at 40%, but that pressure cooker can get heated up if they losing games. In the same fashion that the offense is not looking good.
I can see AJ Brown being gone too next. I can see all three of them maybe potentially being gone.
I think AJ Brown is a draft day trade
this year.
Yes, I think.
You think he goes to the Patriots? You think he goes to the Patriots?
I think that's hard. I think they've already agreed to that. I just think they're like, let's wait till the draft.
So who they get? Cooper Jr. I've heard his name being linked to him.
Who?
The Eagles. You think Cooper Jr. goes to the Eagles if that happens?
Who?
The Indiana receiver.
Oh, Omar Cooper Jr.?
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I think they need some.
Or they trade, or they try to. I don't know.
No, I mean Omar Cooper Jr. is not bad.
No, I think he's good. Obviously, I don't think he's AJ Brown, but
no.
Or they could use it for another piece or something, or maybe they trade for. I don't know.
I have another scenario.
What?
They get Kenyon Sadiq.
Oh, the Eagles?
Because they only signed Dallas Goedert. They only signed Dallas Goedert to a 1-year deal.
That's a possibility. I could see them maybe doing that, and then maybe if they decide to go get like a Stephon Diggs or something for cheap, or something like that. Maybe a Keenan Allen or something. I don't know.
I can,
or maybe even Tyreek Hill. Maybe even Tyreek Hill. You know,
Tyreek Hill, or because he's not signed yet, and I think he would fit them, and he could do some of the stuff. I ain't saying he's AJ Brown, but he could do some of the stuff AJ Brown does. Jawan Jennings.
Yeah, I can see that too.
You signed Jawan Jennings to a 1-year deal, whatever, 2-year maybe. And he could replace whatever. He could be him and Devontae Smith, and then you draft somebody, maybe a Kenyon.
Draft Kenyon Sadiq, yeah. That's
or if you want to get, and I'm starting to fall kind of for this player. If they sign somebody like or draft somebody like a KC Concepcion to be like a playmaker.
Yeah, they got options. They got options. They got options. And if they trade AJ Brown, they would have what they would have. They don't have a. Do they have a first round pick this year?
Yeah, they got one.
They got one. You'll have two. They'll have two. So.
That's what I'm saying. And they can move up, they can move back, whatever. You know what I'm saying? To go get the players that they want. So I think.
Well,
I think he's a draft day trade.
Well, I also heard that AJ Brown, like, it would make more sense past June 1st.
That's what or something like that. It was either draft day or past.
Because the hit will be far less. I think it'd be like less than 20 million or something. I think if they were doing now, it'd be like 43 or something like that.
I just know that they said something like the trade is done. It's just they're waiting.
Finding the right time. Yeah, there you go. So maybe they'll get a pick next year. Maybe they'll get the 2027 first round pick or something.
Something like that.
They can still draft. They can still. You know what? It would say a lot. It depends on who they draft. I think that would tell a lot. If they draft another receiver, then I think he going in that first round.
Which would kind of be interesting because I don't know. I ain't sitting there trying to tell Howie Long, whatever his name is,
Howard Roseman.
Howie Roseman, how to draft. He knows far more than me, but I've never been a component of you trade a player just and then chase another one.
Yeah,
like trading away a star player and then be like, oh, I'm gonna replace him with a receiver. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a reason why you traded him away. I mean,
yeah.
why you should have just kept him?
Mm-hmm.
Why? And the person you're replacing him with is not nowhere near what you're gonna be getting.
Yeah.
So I've never been a component of that. So I think if they do trade him away, I don't think they would chase a wide receiver. I just think they would sign like a Juwan Jennings or maybe a Stephon Diggs or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man.
Or hell, they call Jacksonville and be like, hey, try one for Brian Thomas Jr. All right, y'all. It's time for Maul's Random News. It is now time for Maul's Random News.
All right, y'all. Everybody knows this is the moment we all been waiting for the week. Chris's favorite moment of the week, where we get to hear Chris talk about some docket, but we still love to hear Chris's opinions about certain things. You know what I mean? When he likes to give it. Sir, are you ready?
Let's get it.
All right, man. First up, man, J. Cole, man, has signed a contract to play in the Chinese Basketball Association with the Nanjing Monkey Kings. That's a hell of a name. The multi-time Grammy Award-winning and multi-platinum artist has committed to playing a few games for the Chinese team last year, and now follows through. What are your thoughts with J. Cole getting another professional basketball job?
Hey, when you're rich, you can do whatever you want, man. More power to you, player. I know he played for that African League one year, so now he's doing his thing with the Chinese. So show him how you do it, man. Score 30 points a game, dog.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm assuming this will be after his tour. But shout out to him, man. I remember here, Mark, man. Mark, you gotta be drinking some goddamn. What are you drinking, man? What are we doing, man? You good, bro?
Mark is on
demon. Not like nothing today.
Mark is on demon time tonight.
Yeah, bro. You good? You good?
Hey.
God damn, man.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk.
For real, dog.
The way that you dress.
My man is on one today, man. Let me keep it going before he start cussing me out. Next up, obviously, you know, we got the news about Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Fight. Supposedly that's supposed to happen later this year at the Sphere. Well, Floyd Mayweather, you know, he had some comments in an interview stating that the fight was an exhibition, not an actual real fight. Then came out the news that the fight could potentially get not happen due to some, him breaching the contract. It also says that Floyd Mayweather has already taken cash in advance payment of his purse for the upcoming Manny Pacquiao rematch on Netflix, despite currently being in jeopardy. Team Pacquiao says Floyd Mayweather has signed 3 contractual agreements for a professional fight against Pacquiao. They also claim Floyd Mayweather has been paid for signing the 3 agreements and has also taken out cash advancement on his purse for the fight. They also say Floyd Mayweather is officially in breach of contract for publicly stating that the fight is an exhibition. Even though Team Pacquiao also did come out and say that the fight is still going on, even though he did breach it. What are your thoughts with everything that is happening currently in this Pacquiao?
My man Floyd trying to get the scamming off here.
Nah, he trying.
He got the scamming. Yeah, I'm gonna fight y'all. Not. Already got the cash in advance. He already paying shit off.
Yeah.
He ain't fighting Pacquiao, though.
He better. That motherfucker, I mean, hurting a little bit. Look like he trying to scheme some shit. That shit is insane, bro. We'll see.
Scammer Floyd Mayweather.
Man. Yeah, man. It's tough. It's tough. Chinese league is better than the Korean league. Does that make y'all feel better? Nah, bro. All right, next up, man. It's crazy. Odell Beckham Jr., man, he came to the Bitmore during the coaches and owners meeting, whatever, during the NFL's annual meetings, and met with New York Giants coach John Harbaugh on Monday about potentially joining the team. Obviously, he's gotten a lot of buzz ever since that flag football game that potentially could get him a job. What are your thoughts with this and the potential fit with the New York Giants with Odell and him returning wearing blue?
Be a good little story. Him coming back to the Giants where it all started. Him and he could be a good mentor to Malik Neighbors and whatever other rookie receiver they bring up in there. Or, some of the offensive players. And yeah, man, I think it'd be a good look. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect Odell Beckham to go out there and give me 1,000 yards, but if he's a good, solid locker room guy, mentor to the young guys, and he can provide some things on the field, third down here, or maybe in the end zone or whatever. I'm fine with that.
No, I think it'll be a dope scene, having him paired up with Malik Neighbors and those two guys being probably the best receivers they had in the last 10 years, probably. You know what I mean? So shout out to Odell. It'd be cool to see him back in the Giants jersey. All right, next up, a California chocolate has been recalled for being spiked with Viagra ingredients. What are your thoughts with this, sir? Would you pop one?
Okay, hold on. Say that again.
A California chocolate has been recalled for being spiked with Viagra ingredients.
Oh man, I know they had a hard time.
Oh my God, this guy did the joke. Oh, that's insane, dog. That's crazy. Next up, Five Guys CEO Jerry Morrell gave $1.5 million in bonuses to staff after its buy one get one promo overwhelmed stores. Quote, he said, "I didn't want anybody shooting me in the back or anything." He kind of made that off of what happened with United Health guy. Yeah. So what are your thoughts with what he said about paying the 1.5 million bonuses to his staff?
So what did he do again? I'm sorry.
So they had a buy one get one promo for Five Guys, and it did really well, overwhelmed the stores, and he gave a $1.5 million bonuses to all of his staff after that.
Shout out to him. That's a good deed.
That's what's up.
Yo.
I wouldn't have said what he said though, but that's just kind of crazy. But
I wouldn't have said that part. He could have left that part out. But yo, shout out to him, man. I wish. Never mind. Let me shut up.
Nah, yeah, go ahead. Don't do it. Don't do it. Next up, man. It seems like we might see Juju back a little bit sooner than what we anticipated. She will be named on the USA basketball team in April for the 2026 training camp roster. Man, what are your thoughts with us being able to see Juju back on the court?
Just don't get hurt, man. We need you for next season, dog.
Nah, yeah.
Next season is gonna be crazy in 2027. We need you. We need you, Jazzy Davis, Kendall, like the rookie, the freshman, the other freshman girl that they just signed.
Mm-hmm.
We need y'all next season, man.
Nah. It's gonna be dope seeing Juju on the court, Mr. Scene on the court. One of the best basketball players out there. So shout out to her. All right, next up, man. Vince Carter seemed a little upset with Jay Williams saying North Carolina is no longer a blue blood. I'll play this little clip so y'all can hear it and then get your opinion.
Come on now, like that.
Oops, my bad.
I just want to touch on one thing here, and Jay will go on whatever talking about Carolina not a blue blood, bro. You done lost your damn mind. Oh, first off. And Jay, my guy. Jay, what was Jay Will? It's who? Duke. Oh, Duke, Jay. Yeah, I don't think because of this, because of that, we're always a blue blood, bro. And you know that. Every time we have the Duke Carolina rivalry, he's there. He picked us one year, this year, as a matter of fact, to win at home. Come on now, like I get it, we're down. But to say we're completely not a blue blood is just... They done kicked out. Jay Will kicked him out of the blue blood. Like, what are we saying, Jay Will? Hey, Jay Will done kicked y'all out of the blue blood. I can't wait to see Jay Will, bro. I'm like, boy, Carolina no longer blue bloods. Shout out to Jay Will for kicking they sorry.
So that was Vince Carter. He kind of made some statements about that. What are your thoughts with that? Do you agree with Vince Carter or do you agree with Jay Will?
I agree with Vince Carter. What is Jay Will? Jay Will is a Duke for life. Of course he wants to say that. Yeah. Not listening to no former Duke player tell North Carolina's not a blue blood. You just heard Arizona's coach might be coming over there. If it wasn't a blue blood, why would he leave? a great organization and program that has been on Arizona. He might go to North Carolina. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I just think Jay Will is just trying to beat North Carolina while they're down. I just think, but they can't really say anything because they had one of the most brutal losses in March Madness history. So you know what? Hey man, I get it, man. It'll always be a rivalry, but North Carolina will always be a blue blood. It'll be always one of the staples.
Wilson got hurt.
Nah, facts. Go ahead, preach, my brother. I was gonna say it, but I'll let you rock. Next up, starting May 8th, Meta is removing end-to-end encryption, E2EEE, from Instagram's DMs. DMs will no longer be fully private, and law enforcement could possibly have access to it. Meta says they were pressured to do so. What are your thoughts with this?
I hate Meta. I just want to let you know that right now. I can't stand Meta.
Yeah,
respectfully, they always like. That Meta system is trash.
Yeah.
It's like an AI system or whatever, and they screen, what they deem as proper stuff to put on your page or whatever. You could be putting some regular shit on there, and all of a sudden you out of compliance to the the agreements or whatever of Facebook or Instagram, because both of them use Meta. So as far as the cops go, I thought they already had access to that shit.
Now they do.
I know
watch what y'all writing them DMs, boy. Watch what you writing them DMs. Them freaky leaks gonna come out.
Officer Wilson, he all in your shit.
Facts. And some of the shit y'all probably be writing on them DMs, y'all be sending to them ladies, bro. Man, watch yourself though.
Eating a donut, laughing at you.
Facts. Next up, Jake Fisher says some NBA teams now have Darius A. Cuff Jr. of the Arkansas Razorbacks rated over Darian Peterson on their draft boards. What are your thoughts with this? Do you agree or disagree with that?
I mean, I'm not mad at it. I mean, I think leading up to the draft, we're gonna be hearing all kinds of different stuff. We're gonna hear 1 minute people gonna be high on Darian Peterson, 1 minute they're gonna be high on this person and that person, and AJ DeBonza and.
AJ DeBon's about to be the number 1 pick. I think Cameron Boozer fell. Cameron Boozer's falling.
I think he's falling?
I think so. Because there are moments in Cameron Boozer's game that I don't know if it can translate in the league. He needs a little bit more offensive. He needs a little bit more offensive game to him. You know what I mean? Like I think he could be a good defensive player, but to be that high, I don't know. I think he's high probability. I personally would have Darius A. Cuff Jr. over Darian Peterson, just on the basis of I need to keep seeing more from Darian Peterson as far as like all the questions of how much he loves the game and stuff like that. And Darius A. Cuff, you don't have that problem. I think Darius A. Cuff Jr. is just as good of a scorer as Darian Peterson as well. So and then. Yeah, I think AJ DeBanza is probably the clear number 1 overall pick. That's what I think. Next up, man. Cub Shay Shay, he had Jimmy O Yang. I think he's a comedian. I've heard that name before. And he says, sex in America versus Hong Kong. He explains, he says, getting laid is so important in American culture. In Hong Kong, there is more of a slow courtship. Dating is less chaotic. Here, you fuck first and ask questions later. What are your thoughts with him and the perception in America about, sex in America?
I mean, I can't say he's wrong. That's the world. Is led by sex. Sex sales. So I can't say he's wrong. I don't know how things are in Hong Kong. I've never been there, so I don't know how that is over there or whatever. But he's not wrong. Like I said, they use sex to sell a lot of stuff. They use sex now to sell sports.
Yeah, honestly, the dating culture out here is trash, but that's another story for another day. But yeah, I do think that a lot of people just rather fuck first. I think the porn industry kind of, I think it kind of enhanced a lot of that stuff like that too as well. But I agree with him. All right, next up, man. Seems like the NFL is getting rid of Monday Night Football doubleheaders. They announced that they will no longer do the doubleheaders because certain fans thought it was a little bit tasky to try to watch both games, even though I think that's bullshit. That's just me. And they're gonna take those. I think it's about like 5 or 6 games and bid those off to the highest bidders, I guess. What are your thoughts with this, man? Do you agree with the Monday Night Football doubleheader getting disbanded, or would you like to see it remain?
I'm kind of indifferent to it because I'm kind of like the NFL, man. They talking about this part, then they saying Fridays are no longer considered short weeks. It's a mess. It's a mess.
Mhm.
The scheduling thing is a mess.
Yeah, yeah. I just think I personally would have loved this. I love the Monday Night Football doubleheaders. I thought it was fun. Um, I'm gonna miss it. You know what I mean? I like that product better than Thursday Night Football. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd rather have the Monday Night Football doubleheader than the Thursday Night Football if I had to choose one. But we'll see, man. You know, they're talking about using that for the Thanksgiving Eve game and some other games and stuff like that. Maybe a couple more Friday night games and all that stuff like that. And speaking of that, Albert Burr also stated that owners voted through the proposal to treat Friday games like Saturday, Sunday, or Monday games and not Thursday games, meaning a Friday game wouldn't count towards a team's limit of 2 short week games per sources. Very relevant this year because Christmas is on a Friday. And it will give more of a leeway for these networks like Netflix and all that to be able to get these games. Adding upon what we just recently talked about, what are your thoughts with this?
Once again, the schedule, they just diluting the product more and more and more. And I tweeted at the NFLPA yesterday. Yes, I did, man. I told them they was trash.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all suck.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. You're the worst union in sports today. It's not even close.
Yeah, I did see you write that. I did see you write that. You feel very strong about that?
Mm-hmm. I hope they saw it too.
Why do you think they're the worst? What makes them the worst minus this whole schedule?
It's everything. The scheduling, the guaranteed contracts, the franchise tag, the way they treat these contracts. These contracts ain't a lot of fluff are in these NFL contracts. Like you pay attention more to the NBA, but I don't think there's fluff in these NBA contracts. Those are ironclad contracts. Those soccer contracts, baseball contracts. There's no fluff in that. Like they paying that. That's their money. When you see a wide receiver get 5 years, 120 million, 88 of it guaranteed, it ain't even guaranteed they're gonna get all that money.
No, they're not, because they're gonna find ways to find them and take that money away slowly but surely.
Look, I don't know the situation, but look at Brandon Ayuk. My man got paid. And because he didn't show up for his rehab sessions the way they wanted him to, they voided all his years. That would have never happened in the NBA.
No, it wouldn't. No.
That would have never happened in baseball.
Nope. Nope. Can't speak about hockey, but shit, I don't know if it would happen in there either.
I'm just saying, it's just bad. And then, that's why it's hard for me to demonize these players when they want to get paid, because these owners do what they want. They pay players, they hold them out, they franchise. You can franchise tag them, you can do all this extra shit to them. And
do you think the way that the Players Association has been handled, do you think the Players Association is just too far back as far as in the sense of where this league currently is to be able to fight for some of that stuff? Like, do you think it'll just be too hard for them to kind of gain any kind of leverage at all?
They're disoriented right now because of the situation that just happened with the last dude that was the president or whatever he was. He was stealing money. And then there was other people involved in that. It wasn't just him. He was just the one that got outed.
Yeah.
And it's all bad. That's why I said what I said the other day. They got to come together, man. The players.
That ain't going to happen.
That's y'all union.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Because honestly, you need the quarterbacks. Quarterbacks aren't going to get involved because they're already satisfied with what they get. Then you got the guys on the bottom tier of the roster that they need the money. So it's like how hard can they actually fight for it? You know what I mean? Still and then you got the military guys, and then obviously you stated, we even talked about this before I brought it up about the whole situation that's going on with the Pablo Torre and Mike Florio conversation about where the trend of this league is going. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think this CBA that's coming up, I think they're gonna get beaten down so bad that I don't know if these players are ready for what's coming towards them. I really don't. You know what I mean? Because it's coming to a situation that the league's gonna get what they want. The league's going to get more games. I agree with Mark. I think they'll figure out another bye week. I think they have no choice but to do the bye week.
I think they said that's going to
second bye week. That's going to happen. They have no choice. They have to do the second bye week because eventually, I agree with everything that Mike Flores says. I think eventually we're going to get up to 19 and 20 games. I think eventually you're going to have more teams in this thing, and then it's going to get to the point where I wouldn't be surprised if they start trying to control as far as like, because I think a lot of these contracts are getting, especially these quarterback contracts, are going to start getting insane here in these next couple of years. You know what I mean? So sooner or later, like that next Patrick Mahomes contract might look like a Shohei Ohtani contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like Fernando Mendoza, you know, I got to enjoy Fernando Mendoza and hopefully we can get some because this man might cost us like $600-700 million if he's legitly good. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. Am I going to complain? No, because we got a franchise quarterback. But the reality is the reality. So I don't know, man. I agree with you. I don't think these players know what's coming to them, and they're gonna have to do a lot more fight. But I don't see it happening.
The Super Bowl and Valentine's next year. NFL, some gangsters. They gonna piss the ladies off.
Yep, man. It's gonna be a lot of look. Y'all gonna. This is what's gonna happen. You just gonna have to do Valentine's Day on that Saturday. That's what's gonna happen. Valentine's Day gonna be on Saturday, and Sunday that'll be the ladies' gift to y'all. Like y'all ain't gonna get no watch, no dirty draws. Y'all might not even get sex. Y'all just gonna be able to watch Super Bowl. So you know you're gonna have to take care of your lady on Saturday and then gear up for the Super Bowl on Sunday. You know what I mean? And hopefully, you know, never mind. I ain't gonna talk about my personal business. But next up, all right, next up, the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2026 was announced. Some of the names are Amari Stoudemire, Candace Parker, Elena Deladon, and Doc Rivers.
Okay.
What are your thoughts with these names that got selected into the Hall of Fame?
Not mad at it. Not mad at it at all.
I was a little shocked with Amari Stoudemire. I was a little shocked.
Amari had some good years, man.
How many good years did Amari have?
Let's look up the
How many good years did Amari have, man? Come on, man. And then we can obviously have a conversation about Doc Rivers too.
Doc was a good coach, man.
He had one solid year, man. What are we talking about? Come on, man. A lot of flops with a lot of really good teams. Good. I'm happy for him. Don't get me wrong.
Let's see.
How many great years did Amari Stoudemire have? He had a couple with the Knicks. I think he had like 1 or 2 with the Knicks.
His best years was with Phoenix.
I know his best years were with Phoenix. I know that. I'm just saying he did have like a year or 2 of good basketball with the Knicks.
Let's see, 20. Well, his rookie year, he was only scoring 13, but he scored 20. His second year, 26. Then it dropped down. He must have got hurt that year. Then it was 20, 25, 21, 23, 25. And it was 17, 40. He started getting injured. And I mean, he had a solid year. He had some solid season.
Does Amari Stoudemire scream Hall of Famer to you, though?
I mean, the way they judge Hall of Famers nowadays, yeah.
What about Doc? What about Doc?
Put Doc in there too.
No, this is everybody get in now. That's crazy.
What's his college? Because they add your college years in there too, don't they?
All right. Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Candace Parker and Ella Deladon are
the only one.
are easy. They are easy. Doc Rivers, he holding on to that goddamn Celtics championship for dear life. Besides that, like he has some great teams and with some great records, but he has some ultimate fails. But congratulations to all of them. I'm not gonna hate too much, but congratulations to all of them. All right, next up, several Tim Bontemps and some other NBA analysts. Several personnel around the NBA speculated that if the NBA voids Kawhi Leonard's contract from the aspiration scandal, which I think we're going to hear from pretty soon, from what I'm hearing, LeBron James could sign with the Clippers for more money than the Lakers would offer him. What are your thoughts with this, man? Should LeBron stay with the Lakers, for the low and have a better chance of winning a championship, or get that money, stay in LA and play for the Clippers?
I'm sick of LeBron James. I swear. I'm so sick of this. Just retire. Go away. Should he sign with the Clippers? No. Stay with the Lakers, man. Why are you going to the Clippers? They don't win. It's cursed over there, man.
It's bad. If he goes over there, he's just going for the bread.
He definitely is. He better be, because they ain't going to do nothing.
Nah, hell no.
He go be a Clipper. Mark just want him to go. Y'all just want him off the team. That's all that is.
Yeah, I'm good. He can go. All right, man. Next up, Charlie Villanueva says he's picking Rajon Rondo over Damian Lillard if he's starting an NBA franchise. Do you agree or disagree?
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
You sure about that?
I'm taking you know how I feel about Dame, dog. I like Rajon. He was good for that Celtics team. Very good. Played good defense. But he wasn't the scorer that Dame Lillard.
I can make the argument that the best year of Rajon Rondo was probably better than Damian Lillard. I think so. He was overall around a better NBA point guard. Have you seen some of the stats Rajon Rondo had?
Yeah. Them early years with the Celtics, he was good.
That boy was nice, man. I ain't mad at the statement. I'm not mad either way, me personally. If you want to take Dame. But if people want to say Rajon, I personally would take Rajon Rondo for a championship team.
10 points, 11 points, 13 points, 10 points, 11 points, 13 points, 11 points, 7 points. Nah,
you gotta understand who the teams that he was on, though. You gotta understand the teams that.
So what?
All right, man.
Put Dame Lillard on that same team.
Okay. And I got a couple more, and we can keep going. The Las Vegas Raiders seems like they are a dark horse candidate for Tyreek Hill. How would you think this matchup would? You think
terrible? It'd go bad, man. It'd be a terrible pickup for both sides because it don't fit.
All right, man.
If he's healthy, then it'd be a great pick for y'all. Whatever.
All right, I feel you. I wouldn't be mad at it. You know what I mean? Obviously, I don't think he's gonna be playing until like week 6 or after, but we'll see what's up. All right, next up, man. Boosie has made some comments. I want to let you listen, and then we'll go from there.
I just saw the Tank and what you call him versus. I just wish 2 things so I could prove my point to the world. I wish Michael Jackson wasn't dead and R. Kelly was free. So they could do a verse. R. Kelly will smoke Michael Jackson, man. So a lot of y'all might give me out feeling good. R. Kelly will smoke Michael. Wouldn't even be close. You could have somebody else with Michael Jackson, and they can't beat R. Kelly. That nigga kills. They gonna put your ass in the closet, bring you out the closet. You want the braids, the flat top, the bald head. Real shit. Now, I ain't talking about stage performance. Ain't nobody fucking with Mike. And versus song for song, and R. Kelly gonna smoke Michael Jackson. Gonna be front row. R. Kelly will smoke Michael Jackson, man. Not even.
That was Boosie. People couldn't understand him. I think from Chris's reaction, I think he understood him very clearly. He says Michael Jackson would get smoked by R. Kelly if they did a versus. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I vehemently disagree.
Why is that?
R. Kelly is not smoking Michael Jackson. You want to say that R. Kelly has a good chance of going song for Michael Jackson? Fine, I'll let you rock. But smoking Michael Jackson? I don't care what R. Kelly song you pick. None of his songs is beat it. None of his songs is beating Thriller. None of his songs beating Black or White. Bad.
I don't know, man. People love. Look, keep going.
This is my opinion. You may feel differently. I'm not saying R. Kelly will not have a song or two that can get Michael Jackson. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying smoke. His words was smoke. Like
no, smoke. Yeah, it's the same. No, it's not.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Now, what are we doing? And then let's just be real. Mike did outside of Off the Wall. Mike didn't make R&B music. He made pop music.
He did.
So it'd be two different genres going against each other. And yeah, if we're doing a sit down, R. Kelly would have a great chance. But if we talking like these niggas is in their prime, and Mike is on that stage,
no stage presence alone, Michael's gonna win. But if we're just doing songs, if we're just doing songs and they're just sitting there, they just playing their songs. Are you saying R. Kelly has no shot?
I didn't say he didn't have a shot.
I'm just asking. I'm not saying that's what you're stating. I'm just asking.
He has definitely a shot because I think that it would come down to preference and what you like. Like if you want the more R&B shit, then yeah, you're probably gonna pick R. Kelly songs. But I just feel like when certain songs come on from Mike, it's already gonna be embedded in people's heads. Like Mike got that.
Oh yeah, because people view him as the GOAT. But people view R. Kelly as the GOAT of R&B. So
and I hear that, and that's why I say this is a hard discussion because outside of Off the Wall. He stopped making R&B music.
I hear you.
He was making pop records. A better conversation. I don't know who would go against Mike. You would have to put a pop artist against him, and there's no pop artist you're going to put against Mike because he smoked them. So
that's why you got to go, different genres, man. Sometimes you got to go to different genres.
I hear you, but it's just like
I think it'll be an interesting battle. I think it will be interesting between both of those guys. It'll be interesting, but. With fan bases, like I don't think it'll be close. I think Michael Jackson will probably win just because of just his popularity. He's a one of one, but I think so was R. Kelly. R. Kelly was a one of one too. R. Kelly was a one of one too. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not denying it. I think R. Kelly was one of the greatest song makers to ever grace the stage. Outside of the scandals and all that shit, my man was one of the greatest to ever make music. That man can make anything and make it sound good. Like He's got classics. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie. R. Kelly got classics, but just the aura of Michael Jackson.
Yeah, the aura is just different. Like, there's no match to the aura. Like, you can't compete with that. I don't
think
the only close that. Aura wise, Prince. I think Prince.
That's what I'm saying.
Prince is the closest one for aura. Yeah, for aura. Yeah, Prince. You know what I'm saying? But you got other likes of like Whitney Houston, maybe.
Obviously at the time. I think that kind of diminished with the whole.
Yeah, I think you got Beyonce because I think she has a lot of songs that I think that could be. I'm not saying she would win, but I think she can compete. Who else R&B wise? Usher. I think Chris Brown for sure.
I mean, that's where it stops.
Marvin Gaye?
Marvin was up there, but he didn't have a catalog.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, he passed away too soon.
That's true. Luther?
Luther's up there too, but Luther's not. He ain't like you want to talk about. Look, I love Luther. You talk about a smoking session. R. Kelly smoking Luther. I'm sorry, people. I know y'all don't want to have that.
No, R. Kelly. I think R. Kelly's smoking a lot of cats low key. He said Prince and Michael Jackson would be more of a closer fit. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I guess. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that would be the matchup. It would be Mike and Prince, and even like if it was like they was in their prime and they was on stage, even Prince can match that because he just get on that piano or that guitar or whatever.
But he got that aura though, man. He got that aura. I think Prince's aura is up there with Mike's.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. If Prince got on
Yeah.
that stage and started playing them instruments and rocking out and doing his thing,
Who do
with
you
the
think
revolution,
who do you think the females would pick? Prince or Mike?
Prince,
Females pick Prince.
Prince.
Yeah, Mike had them fading too, though.
Oh, he did. The ladies
the
love
face.
Mike. They did.
Who do you think the fellas pick between the two?
I don't know. I think it'd be 50-50.
Who would you personally pick?
And
Mike or
Prince and
Prince?
Mike? I'm
Prince
picking
and
Mike.
You
I
pick
was
Mike?
more partial. I was more partial to Mike. Though.
You was more partial to Mike.
Not
Right,
to
man.
disrespect Prince. I love Prince. I think Prince made some beautiful music. I think personally Michael Jackson had the better catalog. That's just me.
Yeah. All right, man.
Because after a while, even though they both were Jehovah's Witnesses, but after when Prince became a Jehovah's Witness, he stopped making that type of music too.
Yeah. No,
so his whole catalog changed up. So
no, man. Well, it's something we won't ever see, but see what's up. All right, last but not least, I got Jeff Passan here. He made some comments about Major League Baseball. Let's go with it and get your thoughts, man.
The number of teams, 32. Expansion's going to happen. It's inevitable. The franchise fees, frankly, are too high, and owners want to get their little taste of it. They feel like, just in terms of the schedule, in terms of the number of teams, 32 does tend to make more sense than 30, especially if you're going to be going to 8 14 divisions. That being said, geographical realignment has the chance to take away some of those rivalries, and fans are malleable. Like, we will adjust to most things that leagues are going to feed us, and over time, I think if there were radical realignment, then fans would get used to it. But I think they have to be careful. A lot of things that historically we have come to expect from Major League Baseball, like this is a game without a clock, have been turned on their heads. I don't know if expansion and realignment are going to be done by the time Rob Manfred supposedly leaves after the 2029 season, but all of that stuff is consistently being discussed by owners. Expansion is going to.
There you go. What are your thoughts with Jeff Passan and expansion talk in Major League Baseball and the potential of certain rivalries being ended due to the realignment?
I agree with them. They got to be careful with that because this is what sports is built on. We've seen it in college football too, man. Like when they started putting all these teams in Big 10 and SEC and Big 12 and all that stuff, you're messing up rivalries, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Missouris in the SEC, but I miss them being in the Big 12 and being able to have that rivalry with Kansas, even though they started putting them back on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But just to have that much more of bragging rights of we're on top of the Big 12, we're better than you. You know what I'm saying? Even in basketball. So it's just a little different when you have those rivalries. And in baseball, you can't take away the Red Sox versus the Yankees. You can't take away what Dodgers and Padres. You can't take that away.
Nah, you can't take that away. Braves versus Mets. You know,
like you can't take those type of Sox, the White Sox versus the Cubs. You can't,
Yeah. No, yeah, I feel it. You think are there certain cities? Do you think that potentially could be the new relocations? I mean, obviously, new teams added, like maybe like Nashville. I heard Nashville. I heard Vancouver.
I think Nashville is definitely one of the teams.
Mm-hmm. I heard Utah, maybe.
I don't want to say baseball team in Utah. Shout out to Utah. No, but Nashville for sure. I don't know the other team.
I think they also said maybe North Carolina, like maybe Raleigh, North Carolina, or something like that. I think I heard Orlando. I could be wrong. Obviously, Vegas is going to get the A's.
Mm-hmm.
I said I've heard Vancouver. I think.
Vancouver would be interesting.
Vancouver would be interesting. You know, I mean, you already have the Toronto Blue Jays, so
Bring back Montreal, man.
yeah, Montreal Expos. Man, I won't be mad at that. I don't know. We'll see, man. Obviously, he said that it won't happen until probably after Rob Manfred when his I wonder if this is gonna be his last couple years. Then you think Rob Manfred? You think his last couple years?
I think it's over.
For sure. All right, man.
I don't think a lot of people like Rob.
I think Rob has done good the last couple years getting the game.
I think
he's
expanded.
Place.
He's expanded the game. He's evolved the game with the pitching clock. Now you got what's it called, ABS thing.
ABS. But I think a lot of it is going to have to come down to the CBA agreement. If they go into a lockout, it kills any momentum that they have. So I think this might be the biggest. I think even from Rob Manfred's the way he's viewed as one of the commissioners and for Major League Baseball as a whole, I think this CBA is the most important in their history, me personally.
It's up there.
All right, man. That's it for random news tonight.
For sure, man. You got anything else?
Nah, man. I think the Wilder fight is this weekend, so shout out to Wilder. You know what I mean?
Get the knockout, man. Knock his face off his shoulders.
Yeah, do that, man. And then potentially we maybe can get that Anthony Joshua fight. You know what I mean? So
Salt Lake and Nashville, I believe in too.
But they also said Portland, San Antonio, Montreal. Yeah, I think I've heard Portland too. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it'll probably be Salt Lake City and Nashville. That's what I think.
Well, nobody want to go to San Antonio.
Look, I got my parents live in San Antonio. I'm gonna keep it to myself, man. Just know that Barkley was right.
Charlotte. All right, y'all.
Oh yeah, shout out to my boy Fernando. Looked amazing today. Mendoza, baby. I can't wait, baby. I can't wait for Mendoza, man. You know what I mean? Put that ass whipping on y'all cheeks, man. I can't wait.
I'm glad your spirits is up, man.
Oh man, my spirits is high, baby. My spirits is high.
I hope he works out for you.
It will. You'll find out. You'll find out. Mark will find out. Everybody will find out.
Oh, here you go. All right, y'all. Y'all want to donate tomorrow's fund of he's crying in the river when the Raiders are the Raiders again. You can donate to our cash app, $Cris Ball Podcast. No, I'm just playing. But no, if you want to donate to us, we'll appreciate anything you want to donate to us. Whatever streaming platform you use to listen to your podcast, we're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. First-time watchers on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification button, so when we go live on Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays 9-ish p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can jump in the live like Mark did. Give us your opinion. Tell us how you feel, man. Agree with us, disagree with us. Let us know, man. And if you're listening on the playback, leave it in the comment section. But don't forget to subscribe. Whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Twitch, Facebook, Kick, whatever you use, you can follow us at Cris and Mall. Follow us, we'll follow you back. We're just some regular guys who like to talk sports, music, movies, and all kinds of various other things. Also, first-time watcher, if you have a critique or feedback, or if you have a question or topic that you want us to bring up, and we like said topic, we will bring it up. We will shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, emails, or our mention. All right, good people. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Enjoy the Final Four this week, ladies and men. Like I said, got the Wilder fight this week, and we're weeks away from the WrestleMania, and we're weeks away from the NFL draft. So, all right, good people. Until then, we are out.
Adios, muchachos. Mark, man, stay off the liquor.